So we're back in Upper Bidwell Park in Chico, California. I am directly across from parking lot area parking lot area B in Upper Park. The previous video, which I'll link to in the video description down below, took us from parking lot area E further northeast into the park, headed southwest on a mainly gradual descent here to parking lot area B. So now for the next section, I'll look for accessibility here through the middle park trails, which are actually quite flat. Some of them are a little bit narrow, but there's nothing really technical. They're just fun. There's a well-shaded oak grove, so they're a little nice for the summer months when all of these beautiful flowers and green grasses will turn to dry grass and star thistle. Anyway, so that would be our end point for the last video, and we'll start here today. Let's go ahead and get turned around, and we'll head down coming off of Middle Trail and heading in Upper Park, and we're heading into Middle Park now. Morning. So these trails are wide, a little bit of rock, but pretty much hard packed dirt. Could get a little muddy in the winter time. So there's some trails that branch off here, and then they all pretty much culminate and merge back together. To my left is 5 Mile Park, accessible bridge you can cross. There's kind of a hill drop to that bridge though, so even though it's paved, it could be a little tricky. So as you can see, the trail's pretty nice and smooth here, but it might get a little narrow for an adapted mountain bike with a 3-wheel design that has a wider axle. And so all those offshoot trails will all come back together here. Got some beautiful scenery today in the springtime with all the wildflower blooms. So this can make a nice hike or a ride when you don't want all the sun exposure of the Upper Park area. Again, though, we do may encounter some hikers with dogs, or sometimes people on horseback, so we need to look for trail pullovers. Morning. So I'm gonna cut off of that trail and head to parking lot area A. Again, no amenities in this, but it is nice and flat. And that trail we were just on will still all merge together. So this might even be accessible for a standard wheelchair, but there are, with caster wheels, but there are, just going by on your left there. Thank you. Have a good one, man. Thank you. But there are some little rocks that could hang you up. Okay, these are where the trails all merge back together. We're getting to the Upper Park entrance. And I'll link a map of the park so you can get a reference to where we are. Kind of come to a stop here. So this is also a great staging area over here. This is Wildwood Park. You can see the athletic fields. There's a levee. You could either hike or walk, or hike or ride down. And there's full amenities here. There's barbecues, full playground, accessible permanent restrooms, and also a paved pedestrian path all the way around the park. There's also a bike pump track, a little one and a big one, directly across that athletic field. Okay, so we're gonna head down a little bit further. Morning. And continue southwest. And I'll show you another staging area which can extend your hike or ride a little bit more. And that's Horseshoe Lake Park. So a standard small wheel diameter wheelchair may do okay here. An off-road capable wheelchair I wouldn't see any problem with. Got a little rocky descent here, so it might be a little bit to push up if you're heading the other way. And then we're on paved bike path and pedestrian path. There's a couple minor hills, but all in all it's pretty flat and wide. And then there's a disc golf course. I haven't been on it, so I don't know how accessible that is, but could be something fun to try out. And it is adjacent to the parking lot here at Horseshoe Lake Park. Horseshoe Lake Park also has a paved path that will take you to the paved paths of Lower Bidwell Park. So that's another option if you don't really want the rough stuff, or what you're using for mobility isn't really all-terrain capable. You can still get out and enjoy quite a bit. So across the parking lot there's also permanent, fully accessible restrooms and a picnic area. So anyway, that's another section that might be accessible for adapted mountain bikers, as well as hikers using adaptive equipment. If you want any closer look, I tried to ride a little quickly to just keep the video time down, but if you want a closer look at any of the trail sections, just send me in the comments the time marker where they appear on the video, and I'm happy to do a 360-degree walk around, get out and measure the trail width. So anything you want to know about, either in my previous video on Middle Trail or this video going through Middle Park, if you want to know more about a trail section or multiple sections, just let me know where they are and where they appear in the video, and I'll go get you a much closer look with a lot more detail. Okay, all right, thanks for going for a ride with me.